Okay, so let's talk about this right here. What is the greatest sports car of the last 20 years? What just epitomizes it? It's fast, it's powerful, it's reliable, it's cheap. You can mod it to a ridiculous level. What car gets to that level? Which car out there? Is it the 911? Is it the Miata? No. And I firmly believe this. I'm going to show you the greatest sports car of the last 20 years. The Corvette. The Corvette epitomizes fast, reliable, and cheap. And cheap not as in cheap power or cheaply made. I mean cheap as in when you're talking a Z06 is on par with some of these hypercars as far as 0 to 60 time. 2.6 seconds. If you get into the E-Ray, and I'm talking about the new ones right now, if you get into the E-Ray, you're talking ridiculous amounts of power. More power than this has. Faster than this. 0 to 60 is like 2.4, 2.5. What? Like, that is absolutely insane. This is, right here, the greatest sports car of the last 20 years. Let me show you. The C7 with the ZR1, 755 horsepower. ZR1, supercharged 6.2 liter with 755 horsepower. That's insane. This was the antithesis, whatever that word is, of the front engine Corvette. This was the pinnacle, the Mount Everest of the front engine Corvette right here. And still, you could still get something that's a little bit slower. And by a little bit, I mean not slow at all. The 650 horsepower Corvette Z06 in the C7. Still, we're still in the C7. This right here is a fast monster. If you're talking stock, it's a fast monster. Even a base Corvette right here, the base Corvette, still 460 horsepower, 6.2 liter V8. Okay, but let's go back even further. The previous generation, the C6 Z06, this had a 7-liter naturally aspirated engine, 505 horsepower. This engine was a monster. And back in 2007, 2006, 2008, 505 horsepower. This thing had more horsepower than a shit ton of cars. Like, naturally aspirated. This thing was a monster on the track. This could hold itself against Ferraris on the Nürburgring. Let's go back even further. And let's not even mention they supercharged that engine and made the ZR1, which I cannot wait for the C8 ZR1 to come out. But this ZR1 right here, 627 horsepower, supercharged 6.2 liter. This thing, carbon fiber parts, these cars are amazing. Like, everybody shits on the Corvette. And I know I'm going to get shit in the comments for this. But this is the greatest sports car of the last 20 years. And you can't tell me nothing. You can add me in the comments all you want. I am not wrong on this. And this rounds out the last 20 years of the Corvette. This right here, I think the 50th anniversary Corvette. This right here, to buy one now, is literally the cheapest, most powerful car that you can mod to this day. There are so many things you can do to these 5.7 liter engines. You can make them sound absolutely amazing. I have seen some that have fully built motors that sound so good. And you can pick one of these up for 15 grand with 350 horsepower. That's your base. Now, if you get a C6, 400 horsepower. And you can get a C6 for like 19 for one that's in really decent condition. I've seen them go for like 17 for ones that have like 100,000 miles on them. You cannot tell me anything. This is the greatest supercar for the last 20 years, right here. Yes, Corvette back then in 2004 was not the powerhouse that it is now. But if you look at the last 20 years and you look at Corvette's history, it's powerful, it's reliable, and it's cheap. It's cheap power. It's reliable power. It's buildable power. You can build off these things like crazy. And it can outperform cars that are double and triple its price. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Comment below if you like it. Comment below if I'm crazy. Comment below if you agree with me. Comment below if you're having a happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there, and I will catch you on the next one.